All right, here's another in the series of Dave's Career Conversations. And this one's on career transitions. For those of you who are looking to do a total transition in a pivoting, chaotic world. So this is the fifth in our series. We've had career fit identification, personality, and work values. We've had career opportunity research, exploring options. We've had career branding, resumes, cover letters, and posts. We've had career discussions, interview success skills, and now career transitions. But you can do these in any order that fits you. So let's define success for you today. Would it be successful if it includes, one, the most common mistakes to avoid when your career hits a brick wall? Two, actions that help, measuring your riskometer. Three, strategies for your future and reinventing yourself. And four, how to pivot and achieve personal success. Well, what are the most common mistakes in career transitioning and pivoting in a chaotic world? Well, the most common one is jumping from one fryer pan into another fire. So what's the process to avoid? Well, you want to make sure you have self-awareness. You've established your dreams. You know what you're really looking for. You've done a reality check. Are those dreams reasonable? And you have an action plan to actually get there. And what's the result? Well, you avoid that insanity. You know what insanity is. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting to get very different results. So where do we go? Let's get started. What are some of the implications here? What are the implications when you hear live as if you were to die tomorrow, but learn as if you were to live forever? Mahatma Gandhi. What is life without a little risk? J.K. Rowling. It is not the years in your life that counts. It's the life in your years. Abraham Lincoln. The two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why you were born. Mark Twain. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Steve Jobs. And all our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Walt Disney. What are the implications to you? Well, take responsibility. One, it is not for someone else to do. Let's take a look at a video here.
That's not good.
I'm already late.
Somebody will come. Anybody out there?
Do you have a phone?
No. Sorry. Somebody! Hello? There are two people stuck on an escalator and we need help. Now, would somebody please do something? I don't believe this. You gotta be kidding me.
I'm gonna cry.
Well, there's not enough left to do, is it?
Hello? Hey, don't worry about it. I'll fix it in a second.
He said he could fix it. All right. All right. That's more like it. He says he can fix it.
Life is good when I see the sunlight in the morning. Lying in my bed, it's Monday 10 a.m.
So take responsibility. The reality is most people don't take responsibility. They wait for someone else to fix their situation. And you know what? People may feel sorry for you going through that process, but it's not going to fix it. So it's game day. Your current career ends on you. What's the cause? Well, maybe there was no room for you in the reorganization. Or maybe there's no relationship for you with that new boss. Maybe you lost the energy, the desire to continue working in what you're doing. Or maybe you just don't have options. You got squeezed out, or maybe you don't have control of the timing, or maybe there could be a lot of different reasons. It's game day. So what are the most common mistakes on game day? And you hit a brick wall? Well, you witnessed a scene of these. One, the reaction, no patience. You panic. Or two, no understanding what's realistic and what's not realistic right now. No thought to a transition that's going to be required for you. Maybe no preparation, what options you might pursue, or no plan for a healthy transition. Maybe no flexibility to options that might service, or maybe there's no real dreams, so you're reactive versus proactive on what's in store for you that's coming up. Or you can't think of any replacement interests. It's just a blank slate looking forward into that scary new world. No sense of purpose, no sources for that personal self-esteem, and frankly, one of the most common ones, no confidence in your ability to ever be happy again. So let's look at your riskometer and do a quick test of your reality. Your reaction is panic zone. It's not very healthy. The cause is being totally reactive. Or maybe you've hit the stagnation zone, which is also unhealthy. You're totally fearful. Maybe you've reached that comfort zone where it's healthy. You've got some insight and you're prepared. But ideally, on your riskometer, you're hitting that stretch zone, which is very healthy, and you're heading towards living your dream. So take action. Take action. Don't wait. Yeah, life's not fair. Get over it. Life's not fair. Be resilient. Get back up and find a way to make it fun. So, fear is the biggest obstacle to fulfillment. Fear is the path of the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Fear leads to hate. Fear leads to suffering. Fear doesn't lead to anything good. It's just life, but be abrupt. Next day, whether you're prepared or not, it's a new world. So go from a swirl of activities to you go into few responsibilities. Go from those daily habits to you go into a loss of a daily plan. Go from lots of structure to reduced structure. Go from an emotional day to an unemotional day. Go from lots of contact to little contact, the known to the unknown, the problem, stress now, the problem, the fear of the future. Go from having an identity to wondering what identity. Yeah, life's abrupt. You went from something that was at least known to something that's unknown. But let's think about it. Let's think about the concept of obstacles.
I wasn't ready. I have no arms and no legs, but I'm very thankful that I have my little chicken drumstick here. People freak out when they see me for the first time. It's so cool. I was at a water slide all by myself. Everyone obviously at the bottom of the slide is looking up and waiting for other people to come down, and here I come and they're freaking out. They're like, you know, like this. And I was so tempted to look at myself and go, what happened? You know? And there were times where I sort of looked at my life and thinking, well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And you keep on concentrating on the things that you wish you had or the things that you wish you didn't have. And you sort of forget what you do have. And there's no point, I believe, in my life where I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, I wish I had arms and legs, because wishing won't help. But what I've seen in life are just a couple key principles, and the first thing that I've seen is to be thankful. It's hard to be thankful, man. I tell you, when I was 8 years old, I sort of summed up my life and thought, I'm never going to get married. I'm not going to have a job. I'm not going to have a life of purpose. What kind of a husband am I going to be if I can't even hold my wife's hand? It's a lie to think that you're not good enough. It's a lie to think that you're not worth anything.
Oh boy.
Woo! It's freezing. I can't feel my hands. I love life. You know, so many people come and say, how come you smile so much? And I'm like, well, it's a long story. But it's very simple at the same time. You see, it's very hard to smile sometimes in life. There are things that happen that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't know if you're going to get through it. You know, you go through your storms in life and you don't know how long this storm's going to be. And today I want to share with you some principles that I've learned in my life that you can use in yours. Being patient is beautiful. I tell you, it's the hardest thing. But I realize I may not have hands to hold my wife's hand, but when the time comes, I'll be able to hold her heart. I don't need hands to hold her heart. You know, it is scary to know how many girls have eating disorders. It is scary to know how many people are just angry at life because of their situation at home and angry at others. It's scary to know how many people actually feel like they're worth nothing. Every single girl right here, right now, I want you to know that you are beautiful. You are gorgeous just the way you are. And you boys, you're the man. On this DVD, I share my experiences in life of how I've overcome challenges and seen a new, fresh perspective in life. To be thankful, to dream big, and to never give up. I speak to children, youth, and adults about key issues and principles that I've applied in my life that has given me the strength to conquer all that comes before me.
Seriously, obstacles are just an attitude. So it's time. You got a life pivot. And what's it going to be? It's about reinventing yourself. It's about shedding the old skin. It's not an end, it's just a beginning. It's time to explore and experiment. It's to stake out a new purpose and stake out a new routine. So what's that strategy for moving forward? Name it. It's the encore career, it's playtime, it's giving back, it's whatever it is, name it. Envision it. Explore your wheel of life with various time horizons. Embrace it. You are in the in-betweeners phase. You're new, making a difference. Script it. What's the strategic fit that leverages your strengths and the opportunities that surrounds your life and avoids your personal weaknesses and the threats that surround your lives? But don't rush it. Instead, you want to create it with lots of options and do lots of tests to find what's the right one for you. You know, personal losses is personal perspective. What's your metaphor? Is it loss, lack of purpose, fear of being forgotten, a threat to your identity? Or is it a renaissance, a new chapter, a blank canvas, a chance to pursue your dreams? Or is it a detox, a cleansing experience and leave that stress behind? Maybe it's a liberation, a release from the constraints in your life and newfound freedom. Maybe it's just a downshift. You're leaving the fast-paced and you're leaving the rat race. Or maybe it's just staying the course. Leverage those skills, but do it elsewhere, finding a new setting. What else is it? What's your view? What's your metaphor tomorrow to get you going? Do some iterative thinking, try it various different ways in your mind, because every decision is going to affect everything else. So for you, for example, what's fun, but what effect might that have on a significant other? And what's your current reality financially? And what are the implications therefore? What's possible? For you, what do you value? It might be the children. It might be the current reality of your health. What's the implication? What's the obstacle in your way? But most importantly, what is your dream? What effect does it have on family and friends and, reality of the current environment? What are the implications? What options do you have? My personal reality check, if they wouldn't likely talk about it at my gravesite, maybe I'm placing too much importance on it. So have some reflection, get some perspective, look at your options, create a plan. One, dream a little. It's okay to daydream about different options and things that can happen, but think big, because there's no wrong answers. Two, do a personal reality check. What are your strengths? What are the weaknesses that you want to protect? What will be the effect on others and your values and your dreams? And leverage those strengths and minimize those weaknesses based on the external reality check. What are the opportunities that will leverage your best skills, and what things can you avoid that are threats that emphasize your Achilles heel? Talk it out. You got mentors or a network, or frankly, identify others who pursued options you're thinking about. 5, what are the implications, the options to consider? 6, now do the analysis. Risk versus reward of each options. Form a hypothesis, the best options to explore and deeply. And then test. Be agile, be flexible, be curious. Act like a 5-year-old with no fear. Stay flexible because things change. It's a rapidly changing world. And 10, drive your success with resilience. You take a knock, get right back up. Life's not fair. 2, be proactive in your decisions. Don't wait for something to happen. Be disciplined. That sometimes means doing what you know is the right thing to do, but don't avoid it. We're wired to avoid what we don't want to do. We're wired to avoid discipline. Discipline is doing what we don't want to do, but know it's the right thing to do. Do it anyway. And have a giver's attitude. How can you affect others? You know what? These 10 steps in your personal life are no different than a business life. The strategies, the tactics, everything you've learned about managing an effective business is the same for you. You're looking for return on your asset. Your asset is time. Using the same process to figure it out. What's the dream? What's the reality check of internal strengths and weaknesses? What's the external check of external opportunities and threats? How do you leverage that? Get some input. What are the implications? What options that create? Now do a deep dive in those options, the analysis. Now do a hypothesis, the best ones on a risk versus reward basis. And test. Be agile. Be flexible. Be curious. Don't let fear be the primary obstacle of doing good things. You got to stay flexible because things are going to change. It's a rapidly changing world. And just like in business and just like in your personal life, it's the same strategies. A geography analysis, where is going to fit? A industry analysis, this is the life you're living and what's around, the restaurants, the culture, the friends, the family, whatever. And then for you personally, how does this all go together? Be resilient, bounce back when it doesn't go your way. Don't dwell on what wasn't fair. Be proactive in your decision. Don't wait for something to happen. Be disciplined. Do what you don't want to do because you know it's the right thing to do. Do it anyway and have a giver's attitude. It is amazing how things come to you when you're constantly focused on how to help somebody else.
Dismissed from drama school with a note that read, "Wasting her time. She's too shy to put her best foot forward." Turned down by the Decca Recording Company, who said, "We don't like their sound and guitar music is on the way out." A failed soldier, farmer, and real estate agent. At 38 years old, he went to work for his father as a handyman. Cut from the high school basketball team, he went home, locked himself in his room, and cried. A teacher told him he was too stupid to learn anything, and he should go into a field where he might succeed by virtue of his pleasant personality. Fired from a newspaper because he lacked imagination and had no original ideas. His fiancée died, he failed in business twice, he had a nervous breakdown, and he was defeated in 8 elections. If you've never failed, you've never lived.
Do what you love. Just do what you love. It's amazing. If you do what you love, the money seems to always work out.
ออกมานี่เลยนะไอ้ขี้ขโมยไหนดูสิเอาอะไรไปออกมานี่ไปทำอะไรเนี่ยฮะถามว่าเอาไปทำอะไรเอามาให้แม่
เจ๊แป๊บนึงแม่ป่วยเหรอ
อย่าทำอย่างนี้อีกนะ
หมวยเกาเหลา จอนั่งเลยครับนั่งเลย
ป๊า
จัดไปอ้าวสั่งมาเร็วต่ออะไร
Regardless of what direction you choose, think about what real success is in your life. Look for it every minute, every day. Who can I help avoid a bad day's experience? Who can I help have a great day's experience? And avoid judging. You don't know what they've been through in their life's journey, but go through life focused on not what's not right in your life. Focus on how your life can have purpose on someone else's, your life, your career, not just your personal, your life and your career will have more meaning, and it'll come back to you in ways you never expected and from places you never expected. Be a giver without expectations. So in summary, on your pivot and your journey, gain perspective. Don't panic. It's life. Embrace it. Enter your stretch zone. It's a chance to reinvent yourself, but make sure of your synergy and fit with your new future. So are we successful for you with this session? Did you achieve? One of the most common mistakes to avoid when your career hits that brick wall. Actions that might help and measuring on your risk-o-meter. Strategies for your future to reinvent yourself. And how to pivot. And how to achieve personal success for you.